That's a mean ute, bro. This is a GTSR Marlou. It's actually
for a first time, that is bloody mint. I can see the Marlou in the reflection. Right, another day on the Mark II. Gaz is going to show us how to do something a little bit different. What's going on here?
Yep, today we're gonna give tinting a crack. So yeah, tinting's something I've always wanted to give a go myself, but it's always been like a little bit daunting because like it's easy to get wrong, like you can muck it up pretty quickly. But I've found a place that does some fairly cheap tint, so I thought, oh, we'll give it a crack because I want to put chrome tint on this, a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I think it should work well with like the color of this car and like the little chrome accents that it's already got on it. I've given the other side a go already, but we got sort of halfway through it and I was like, this will be a perfect opportunity to show people like you can tint windows as an amateur.
And this is your first time doing it?
Yeah, this is literally my first time doing it. I'm $30 deep in tint, like not a huge expense at all. Like from a shop, what does it usually cost? Like,
oh, it's like
$300-400 easily.
Yeah, at least. What do we got here? Oh yeah, that looks pretty mint.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So that's chrome mirror tint.
Yeah, so that's 5% as well.
All right, so I'm gonna do mine as well, but I'm gonna do a different color, but I couldn't get my hands on the color that I want yet, so do that sometime soon. So what are the steps?
So yeah, well, we may as well run through like step by step how to do it all and like what tools and all that, so people at home watching can sort of gauge a pretty good idea of what to do. But these being pillarless, so obviously the glass is all exposed like this, it's a hell of a lot easier than a vehicle that's got pillars. Still, I have seen ones done with pillars. It doesn't look too bad. It's just a little bit more fiddly when you're actually going to put the tint on. Obviously, you just need your tint, whichever you want. I think New Zealand and Australia, the legal 35? Darkness is 35%. Yeah. This is a 5% tint, so it's quite dark like when you're in there, so you really can't see in. And then I just bought this kit offline that basically had all your basic tools like a squeegee, whatever this thing is, more squeegee tools. This is a handy one. And then like little contour tools.
You may as well start your own tinting shop.
It's pretty easy to be honest.
So we actually just thought before, after he done the other side, is you could probably actually just take the whole glass out. It's just a few bolts, it'd be super easy. But
yeah,
for demonstration purposes, we'll leave it in and see what you can do.
So first things first, what we'll do is just give this outside of the window a quick clean because we'll cut the shape for the tint on the outside first, and then we can go ahead and clean the inside and then start laying the tint on. Right. Another thing you'll need is just a little spray bottle, bit of water and dishwashing liquid. You just spray it on like that. This is just to somewhat clean the outside of the window to actually lay the tint on. Get your squeegee. You don't have to be too fussy about like how clean the outside is because we're only really using it for the shape of it.
So it sticks on the inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Sticks on the inside. Gotta remember which side the film's on because you have to cut it the right way, otherwise if you cut it, it's gonna be obviously reversed. So with this tint, I think the film that you peel off is on the outside. So also as well, tip with the blades that you get, make sure they're stainless steel because I think if they're not, they can actually cut the glass when you're cutting on it.
Oh, you're joking.
The more you know.
That's a lot of film for 30 bucks.
Yeah, that was like
That's
6
cheap.
meters or something. The biggest thing is not to like crease the actual film.
So do you think being chrome, it's harder? I know chrome stickers are harder to apply.
Chrome's just a bit shit because it shows like everything.
Yeah.
So just cut off our excess. Gotta shut the door because there's too much wind. Now what you want to do is line the tint up with this like bottom rubber here. Give it about half an inch, I think, because obviously that's just enough for it to, when it's on the window, it can like tuck down in below the rubber. Each car is obviously going to be different. And then once you're sort of happy with where it's sitting, you can just grab your squeegee and just anchor it to the window.
Oh yeah? Where'd you get that term from?
YouTube. That's where you learn everything.
Yep.
So I'm just going to trim a bit more off it so there's not so much overhang
flailing around,
flapping about. So now, because this window is obviously all the edges of the window are exposed, it's nice and easy. I can just run around, trim them all up, and then that's basically the shape for this window. Now, if you had, say, for example, a window that's non-pillarless, like the Marlu there, what you would need to do is slide the tint across, say, probably about 1 centimeter, and then cut like the shape against the rubber, and then what you would do is you would then slide it back over, sort of, I think it's slide it back 0.5 centimeter. So why we slide it over to one side 1 centimeter is just so you have like 0.5 centimeter each side where it can actually tuck into the sides of the pillars, like behind the rubber, so you can't see like the cut. So for this one, we'll just go and trim the edges off. I know some people that I saw as well do shrink the actual tint onto the window itself before installing it. The reason why they do that is if you've got like a curved window, because basically if you install like, say, a flat piece of tint like this on a curved window, you're gonna get all creases and that sort of thing down the bottom where it curves. So what you can do is just get like a heat gun or a hairdryer and just give it a quick once over. Don't get obviously too close and give it too much heat, and just like work it on like this on the outside without actually sticking it on, and then you can get like the good shape of the window. But for this one, I've already done that side, I didn't really need to shrink it.
So what about the rear? You're gonna try and do that?
So,
because that's a lot of curvature.
yeah, so yeah, like with the rear, what I'll have to do, give it a go, but maybe not in this video. Yeah, what I'll have to do is basically lay it on the outside, cut like this rough shape, and then I'll do what we're doing on that window, but then get the heat gun and like shrink it on so it like curves around and fits nicely. I might start up a tinting shop, eh?
It's that easy. It's that easy.
I'm scared, eh? I hate cutting it.
Is it easy to whack it up?
Yeah, very. Another quick tip, when you're cutting it, gotta make sure you do it in one motion.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise you'll get like little...
Is there a specific angle?
I haven't figured that one out as of yet. Get your blade out a few clicks, where you're just gonna... So that. Don't worry about the bottom edges too much because we can clean those up like after. So now we've got our shape cut. Peel it off a little bit, drag it down, and then you can just basically clean up the edges. And some of them where you can't like actually get all the way to the bottom, you can just grab like something straight, like a ruler or something like that, and then just finish off the cut. Curve the bottom there.
What's that for, so it doesn't get caught on stuff?
I think so. Got your shape for the actual window. You can just spray the door, peel this dog off. And then we can just sit it there for now. And then basically what I'm gonna do now is just clean the inside of the window. So just spray it again with soapy water.
Is that a thorough clean?
And give it a thorough clean.
Is that crucial to have nothing on there at all?
This is like the most important step because yeah, obviously, same as a sticker. Like if you have anything behind it, any dirt, hair, anything like that, it's gonna show up. And especially being chrome, it's gonna be even worse. Get your scraper. Just like a...
What's that, a blade?
Just a,
yeah, that sounds nasty.
Scraper blade. So yeah, this one's...
Ooh. What's that, like paint, welding,
nah,
sparks,
I think it's
grinding sparks
yeah,
and all
grinding
sorts.
sparks when the cage was done. No good.
That sounds nasty.
So yeah, give it a thorough clean.
Fucking hell.
Jeez. Jesus.
Does it bloody sand and cut and polish before applying?
I actually did the outsides when we painted it.
Or like a 2000 grit wet sand.
Yeah, that's another tips and tricks. Badly water stained windows. You can just get the wet sander out, blast it with a orbital or whatever you've got handy, polisher. Comes up schmick.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realise you can cut and polish windows.
And it makes like a huge difference.
Yeah.
These were the same, they were like water stained and years of sitting at Ibisu. Ibisu. Just giving it a quick wash and like a squeegee and a scrape down with a scraper. We can just grab our Windex or Ajax window cleaner.
Bit of Ajax spray and wipe.
Yeah. Spray the window down and then just give it a good clean.
Crucial. Any little speck of dirt's gonna dust the process.
Yeah, you'll get dusted up with the smallest speck of dust.
Right.
Right.
Big moment.
Big moment.
So just switch back to the soapy water.
Switch back to the soapy water. Now,
I think you're professional.
need a bit of a tool belt. I'm a bit of a tinter. You're gonna have to
You'll be starting to flip your knife and stuff in a second.
flip the bottle.
That's actually what they do, eh?
Gonna have to edit this. It's gonna take me about 5 minutes just to peel the film off. Look at that, first go.
That's the film, and that's obviously the sticky part.
This is scary.
Yeah, gotta be very careful because that creases or touches itself, it's game over.
Give her a bit of spray. It's probably a bit too much spray, but we're running out.
Was it not a fine mist?
Yeah, I think that might
Too
be.
thick.
It might be a bit of an issue. It's too thick. Now, yeet it over this side. Can I get you to just hold that? Height. Yep. Let's just slide it down in place.
So what's the hardest part about this, getting it into the rubbers?
Yeah, getting it in place, I reckon. Yeah, give her another soaping. It's a little bit tricky.
Oh yep, she's slippery now. All I can say is, that's one tough Malu.
Oh yeah.
People are getting upset about it, eh?
Sure.
People don't think it's a Malu.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people trying to tell me it's not a Marlou,
Like, it's genuine.
but like, I don't know what the problem is. I actually had a guy stop me at the fuel station the other day too. I was like, that's a mean ute, bro. And I was like, yeah, bro, this is a GTSR Marlou. And he actually had a GTSR too. Just the other kind of GTSR.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's nice when you get a little bit of fan love. Once it's in place like this, you want to get it so you can just get a little tiny, like not even a mil gappage around the actual window.
Oh yeah, why's that?
I think it's just so like, obviously when it winds up and down, it doesn't catch and
Oh yeah.
dust it up. It's good enough for me, I think.
And I guess by the time you squeegee it out, it might move a little bit.
It doesn't really matter too much because you know what this is?
It's just a drift car.
Just a drift car. James used to hate when we
Oh yeah,
used
he
to
got
say that
triggered.
when we're like doing our cars. Because obviously being a painter, like he's so thorough and particular, we're like, yeah, it's just a drift car. Just
Here's him
send it.
spending 200 hours getting it straight as an arrow, and we're like,
Just paint it.
But now, we're glad he did do it properly because they look bloody schmick for a drift car.
They do. Now we've got it all lined up, we can basically start to squeegee out all the water, get it in place. One other thing you want to kind of do when you're doing this, which I did find helpful, was you just kind of hold your finger in the corner there while you're doing it, just so the tint doesn't move.
Oh yeah, she's still a bit slippery, isn't it?
Because yeah, if you do this if you do this without doing that and it moves, you'll be in a bit of a dust up. So now you just need to.
Is it work your way inside out from the center out? I think I've heard that once before.
Not really sure.
Wow, goes to show. We're both amateurs. I do think that is the case though.
Inside out, is it?
Yeah, work from the center outwards.
Okay, there you go.
I've seen something before. No doubt there'll be tinters watching and saying, you should have done this, should have done that, but you know,
Yeah.
it's DIY, what can you
You guys
expect?
just gotta remember, I've never done this before.
But it's better to do it yourself because you learn, you feel more accomplished,
Yeah, that's
and it's cheaper.
That's right, it's all about the lesson learned.
I actually don't mind stuffing stuff up because the best way to learn is from making a mistake, I reckon.
Exactly. And the thing is like not everyone's got like $300-400 just to put tint on their window. Like I'd way rather spend $30 and try and give it a crack myself. If it fails and doesn't work out, then maybe I might think about getting it done properly.
But you put it this way, if you do it yourself, you know, $30 for this, over 300 to get it done.
Yeah.
That's more than 10 attempts to get it right.
Exactly.
And then once you know forever.
And like realistically, it's not that hard. If you were to have another car that obviously has pillars, you can use like these kind of tools, even like a credit card, just to get right in the corners there like that and tuck it in behind where you can't see like in behind the rubbers and that sort of thing.
So where'd you get those from?
This was just the store online.
Did you get them all together?
Yeah, I got them all together.
How much?
I mean, like, I bought this whole kit of tinting tools for like $20, and the tint itself was like $30 for the actual whole roll, and there's 6 meters of it.
Yeah.
But like, you don't need half of the shit. You can just go to Bunnings, buy a decent knife, a scraper, a bathroom like shower squeegee, or even something that's just a bit flat, a bit of rubber. And like, it is handy to have this stuff. This is probably the most helpful.
Yeah, that and this.
Yeah.
That is
You can pretty much, you could probably do it with just this, to be honest. Because like, this can get most places, but yeah, if you're attempting a car that's like curved windows and like a bit niggly, then yeah, obviously you're gonna have a worse time than what this would be.
Just trying to spruce the JZXs up a little bit to fit in with the Queensland style here. Need to step up our game a bit. Some bloody sick cars here, and I think we're lacking a bit. There'll be a few things we'll be doing over the next few months, I think. It's all about style around here.
That's right. I never used to like chrome tint. It was always a bit like, well, it was like pretty popular back in the day. It's kind of growing on me.
See, the thing for me, like, we were talking about doing the front windscreen as well, and we kind of said nah, because personally me, I've never liked tints, even in my dailies and stuff, because especially for a race car like this, I kind of like the cage and the seats being visible for some reason. So I think not doing the windscreen, at least you can still see that stuff.
Yeah, I think and that's why I haven't really, same reason, haven't tinted this already, because I kind of liked the look of the cage and that through the window.
Especially with them being like still like street spec.
But also another reason why it's good to get them tinted here, just with like the heat in in Queensland. Us whippersnappers are gonna get roasted.
We're gonna get melted.
Luckily, the Mark II's got all its AC.
Yeah, I'm actually quite upset about mine not having AC.
So now, it's pretty much on. Just give it a quick wipe, and then we can see what imperfections and that sort of thing we have.
It's mirrored, I can see myself.
And then we can just fix any issues.
That went not too bad, didn't it?
Yeah, this one's actually gone pretty...
Try it outside and then we can see if there's any bubbles anywhere. Oh, grit on the window wasn't too bad after all.
There's a bit of something going on there. But
she's not bad.
Like,
not bad.
What you can do as well, I actually had it on the other side. If they get like, they're called fingers, but they're like just the air bubbles that rise up from the edges. What you can do is just get a bit of heat from the, like off a heat gun or like a hairdryer, and just heat it from the outside, and then just get your squeegee tool, and then just like give it a bit of like firm pressure and just work it downwards.
Oh right, so it's heating up like
so
the
it's
bubble,
like,
but not the fucking,
yeah, that's right.
not
So it's
stuffing up the tint
it's
itself.
heating it from the outside, and it's, yeah, I guess it just evaporates the water and can like actually allow it to stick. Yeah, you have to be pretty patient with it if you do have any, because yeah, I had one on the other side that was like, took a while to get out, but yeah, if you're persistent and patient enough, like you can get it.
Yeah, right, makes sense.
And yeah, any other like bubbles or anything like that, heat gun. But I would highly recommend watching this video and then going and watch a proper.
Nah. This is the best DIY how-to on the internet.
Send it.
Oh, that's mint.
It's actually
For a
mint.
first time, that is bloody mint.
Like, it's actually mint.
Look, I can see the Marlou in the reflection.
Wait till the Marlu's at the track. I reckon we should get Marlu merch made, eh?
You
Like,
reckon?
that's a pretty rare car. A GTSR Marlu.
Yeah, it is. Have you checked the plate? I think it might be a W1.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be.
Maybe Adrian wants to buy it off you.
I reckon that would go hard.
Get about $1 mil for that. Do you know how it's actually said? Because I always used to say Maloo. But in New Zealand, for some reason, people say Marloo. And I don't know why. I think Maloo's correct. Maybe people in the comments will know, like the Aussies. We just say Marloo because we're taking the piss. Marloo, like M-A-R.
I love when people try and tell me that it's not a Marlu, and it's just like...
Like you know it's genuine yourself.
Yeah, it's like, check the plates.
Like you can't,
bro. You want me
don't
to
try
show
to tell you otherwise.
I'll show you the tags.
Like, if you see it on the M1 and you want to see a pumpy, then you'll know it's a Marloo.
Like, don't try and tell me it's not a Marlu, like, line up. Yeah, funny story of that thing. Like, it's a bit of a backstory with how I ended up with that Marlu. I didn't actually want the Marlu, it just was burdened upon me. And I just fell in love with it.
I think the previous owner, Dan, watches the videos, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's a great, great car. Slash ute, slash powerhouse. It's gonna be crack up towing this with the Marlu to the track.
That's gonna be ruthless.
It's gonna be
That's
on
gonna
its
be so funny.
guts.
Like, even towing my car with the VF was like pretty hectic, but that thing, holy shit, nah. She'll be on the bumpies, 100%.
I think it's only going to be able to have the car. Because like, it's not going to be able to have any spares in the back. It'll just be too much weight
Bellied
for it.
out.
Drop its guts everywhere. Right, how does that look?
Yeah, schmick. That's actually perfect. I actually can't see any imperfections.
No, this side has actually come out so much better than the other side.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
all
there's
the
scratches
outside.
on the actual glass on the outside, nothing to do with the tint itself.
Well, I'm very, very happy with that.
It's that easy.
It's literally that easy. Like, how long has that taken us? 20 minutes, 15
Yeah.
minutes? Obviously, like this one was very simple because the door card's already removed. That's another thing as well I would recommend doing, is just pulling your door card off. It's gonna save you a lot of hassle, basically.
Oh
Just
yeah,
give you
so
a bit
you
more,
can-
like give you
heaps of room to slide
more
in
access into there and just
Yeah,
like
for sure.
positioning it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
there. Are we going to show the front tour?
I don't think-
We'll do it, but we won't show it. When we'll show it complete, we'll show the whole thing complete. So
Yeah.
check back in a second. All done. That looks pretty mint.
Yeah, it's actually real mint. So it came out pretty well. The front, yeah, this side definitely came out a lot better than the other side. We did have a little bit of a dust up with a bit of contamination in there. I just got a bit too sandy and just slapped it on. But all in all, not a bad job.
That's mint.
No-
I can't notice anything.
Yeah, like no bubbles or anything. And the other side, the back window was like, had a lot of moisture bubbles and that sort of thing, which I was a little bit worried about. But like after
Oh,
we
you're
went-
talking about redoing it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like on the verge of redoing it, but like I left it for 3 or 4 days and all that moisture just evaporated and now it's like mint. Pretty happy with it for, you know, pretty good.
First time amateur.
Yep, first time, nice and easy.
Well, there you go. It's that easy. So that's going to do it for this video. Now we've just had a lot of parts turn up, so we're going to get straight into the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.